Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and you're watching this video. This is my first video that I've ever made, so forgive the well, I guess the stuttering, the pregnant pauses, whatever you'd like to call them. I'm bringing this video to you because I've written a book and it's about barley. And I'd like to show you the cover of that book, if I may. And it is there. My name is Nigel Saywell-Lee. The title of the book is Barley's Deadly Scent, and it's available on Amazon. I'm bringing this to you here from Barley, which is where I live currently at this time, and have done for possibly some off and on for some 30 years in Indonesia, that is, for 14 years, maybe 15 years in Bali. I'm going to reverse the camera now so you'll see who I am, which may disappoint. It certainly disappoints me to see my face, that's for sure. I still consider myself about 21 years of age. I'm going to talk a little bit about this book. I'm sorry, it's now in reverse because that's the way the camera does it. When you have forward-facing camera, maybe I need to invest in a different type of camera that doesn't do this. And over time, perhaps I will if I continue to blog about this book. I'm particularly keen to talk about this book because Bali, as everybody knows, is a beautiful, peaceful island that's predominantly Hindu, although that mix is changing somewhat, but it's predominantly Hindu, and the tourism market is its major marketplace. This is, I guess its success can be brought down to the Balinese people and the Hindu way of life, which makes them extremely friendly, cooperative, loving, if you like, and all of these characteristics work well with the tourism and the hospitality industry. So I think you'll find that they are very well suited to this business, hence why Bali's had the success that it's had. Sorry that the camera's jiggering around a little bit. I haven't worked out really how to stabilize it, but that perhaps will get better if I spend some time doing this. Anyway, this book, the reason I brought this book out is because Bali's history is really not always been such a placid, calming place. It has been quite tumultuous, if you like. It was colonized by the Dutch for many hundreds of years, and that colonization swept all the way through to 1947. The brief period within that was when the Japanese colonized the island. Well, not the island, the whole of Indonesia. The Japanese were quite brutal, as you probably know, and something which they've atoned for in many ways since, and I don't think anybody could question whether they're a brutal race anymore. Maybe they are, maybe we all are. But certainly the Japanese have done quite a lot of work to atone for that. Anyway, this book is about it's quite a lot, quite a big book. It's about a lady in her early or late teens, I guess, in the early 1900s. Her name was Kadek, and she fell in love with a Dutch soldier, which developed into quite an important relationship, and a little bit like Miss Saigon, if you like. He came and went, but left her with a baby. That baby grew up and spent some time in Holland. It's quite a story to get there, but he spent some time in Holland doing his education. But to go back to Cadec, she had quite a violent past. She was extremely hurt by the breakup of her relationship with this Dutch soldier. He left suddenly without too much of a goodbye, if any at all, and he was unaware that she was pregnant, and the consequence of that is that she became embroiled in the freedom fighters on Indonesia, in particular in Bali, and she honed her skills in Silat training, which is like karate, like taekwondo. It's the Indonesian version of a martial art, quite an important one, and quite unique in terms of its skill. And her career led her to move on into, I guess, sabotage, to hinder the forces, the Dutch forces, as much as she possibly could in the early 1900s, through until the Japanese came in. The story as to how it develops. Her love for this Dutchman never really wavered, even though her anger for him was quite prevalent, if you like. And but anyway, to cut a long story short, because I'm not going to make this video too long, I hope that you go out and buy this book on Amazon. It's available in Kindle form, it's available in paperback, and available in hardback, which is what this one is. The family evolves in quite a different way, and it's about, it mixes the ravages of war, it mixes the supernatural, because Bali is the island of the gods, so you'd expect there to be an element of I guess mystique, mystery. So this is a book about love, mystery. It's about it's a history book as well. It's about the evolution of Bali. It wasn't always Hindu. Bali was not always Hindu. It only became Hindu in about the 1400s. Prior to that, its religion was animism. Animism is something where you worship inane objects, if you like, and that's a story in itself, and that you'll find is in the book. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you'll go out and buy this book and experience the joys that I experienced writing it. So thank you very much for giving me the time.